very controversial decision. Amir Mansour, we're here at the Briscoe Awards. And before we get into that, honored here for the Fight of the Year with Steve Cunningham that happened a year ago. To do it in front of the home folks, I mean, you say you're from Penns Grove, New Jersey, but you're a Philadelphia guy. To be honored by your Philadelphia boxing community, what's that mean to you?
It means a lot, man. You know, I mean, coming from, small town in South Jersey, man, Philadelphia has always been the mecca of boxing in the tri-state area and throughout the country, so to come up Philly, start training with these guys and being recognized as just as good as them, if not better, and one of the best, Philly fighters, man. It's just a blessing. Pennsylvania state champ, you know what I mean? It's just a blessing, man, to be able to be acknowledged with these guys.
That was 2014. Let's fast forward to last Tuesday night in Shelton, Washington.
Yeah.
Very bad decision. I think most people saw it on the internet. You read all the internet stuff on the Facebook. Clearly, the first couple rounds, you felt your way, try to get inside, but those middle to the late rounds were all you. 97-93. I don't know what that judge was.
Yeah.
That was a very difficult thing to swallow. Looking back now, you've had a couple days to digest it, maybe even watch it one or two times. What are your thoughts now?
Well, I mean, I shouldn't have, you can't win every single round, you know what I mean? And I don't expect to go out and blow out every guy, 10-round fight, 10 rounds straight, you know what I'm saying? But I really, I'm disappointed in myself because I shouldn't have gave him one round, you know what I mean, to be honest with you. But, he got his thing off in the early rounds, but once I got my range and stuff good, man, measured out good, I started walking him down. I know I won the fight. I believe everybody else know I won the fight. It's just something that, you just got to accept and just keep moving forward, man.
When did you realize, like you said, after the first couple rounds, when did you realize I got that? I think you had, if you go by body language, fifth, sixth round, you look at body language. One guy, you had the look of going forward. The other guy had a look of where's my plan B kind of thing.
Well, you play football, man. You don't play no boxing, you know what I'm saying? So I just introduced him to a whole nother world, man, with this sport. I knew that going into this fight, I was the best person that he ever stood in front of, so I knew I was going to take him somewhere that he never been before. And a lot of these guys don't realize that conditioning is 99% of this sport right here. If you can't take a guy right out, you better be in shape to go, the additional rounds. So I just knew that I could take him somewhere where he wasn't comfortable, man, and, come off with the win. But, it is what it is, man.
Ironically, we're talking about, the day we were that Fight of the Year, the Cunningham fight. You've been in those tough fights, Cunningham, even Kasi. And I think we talked before the fight, thought maybe something like that, when you get in around 6, 7, 8, 9, you've been there, he didn't, would have been the difference of the fight. And I think it turned out to be that way.
Yeah, I mean, them late rounds, man, fatigue will make a coward out of anybody. Fatigue will break you down. But one thing about me is that I'm going to apply pressure. No matter what you hit me with, no matter how good you are, I'm applying pressure to you. And if you don't start backing up, we're going to stand in the middle of the ring and duke it out. You're going to have to take me out of there. So, for the most part, I think he realized that I wasn't going nowhere. He started feeling my power, and he went on it, he got on his bike. Only thing I can say, he did a good job running,
It says a lot. You never see, maybe you see some more of the smaller, more athletic heavyweights use their legs. I never really see, you had to be getting them. See a guy 6'7", using his legs to try to get out of dodge.
Exactly. He didn't want to get knocked out. He didn't want to get stopped. So he didn't really try to engage, or really make it into a fight. It's really hard, man, trying to hit somebody so tall and bigger than you and they running like that. But, I got to give my hats off to the guy, man, because he did come to fight, and he gave it his best shot. And he had the heart, man, to get in there with me, which is something that a lot of these guys don't have.
What are we doing going forward now? What are you looking for forward?
Going forward, man, hopefully, we could do some more fighting with PBC, Al Heyman doing a wonderful thing for this sport, man, you know what I mean? He's keeping everybody busy, man, and he's keeping boxing in front of the American people, man, so it's a blessing to have a man like this come in and do what he's doing. So hopefully we get back with PBC, man, and you'll see me soon.
obviously, you probably could see who his roster of heavyweights are.
Right.
Maybe is there one or two out there that maybe you wouldn't mind fighting, or?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind fighting anybody. I mean,
Yeah.
I stick to my guns. I will fight anybody, but I have to start fighting the meaningful fights. I have to start fighting the fights where, we get something on paper saying, hey, you win this fight, this is where you go. Not being a tester for younger guys or anything like that, because they thinking they're going to run into a 43-year-old man in that ring, and I'm trying to tell them and show them that that's not the case. I'm a young man in heart, I'm a young man physically, and athletically, everything's young here, man, and you're not going to run into no old man in that ring. So hopefully they no longer look at me as a tester or a stepping stone for some up-and-coming fighter and put me in there with the guys my age or in my league.
You look like you came out of that fight pretty unscathed, not really. 4 days out, I don't see a mark on you.
Yeah.
And so, is that it? You think this is it for 2015? We see you early 2016, or
you might see me back in December. I don't know. It's a toss-up. You know what I'm saying? All I know is that I want to get back in there as soon as possible. And just keep busy, man. Just stay busy,
You certainly earned that another opportunity, for sure.
Yeah.
And hopefully, like you said, it is against a big name, and we'll see you hopefully in the next couple months.
For sure, man. Hopefully, man.
Thank you.
All right.